going on, guys? Chris, SPT Garage, and as you can tell, I am at the junkyard over here looking for some parts for the car. Sometimes I luck out pretty good here, so I come by every couple weeks and just kind of see what they got. But first off, I just want to show you guys, I did find two things I needed. So I needed a new fuse box cover because mine had some holes drilled in it, and then I wanted a like an OEM fuse, so scored on that. I'm in the Ford section now and just kind of going through and see what we can find. There's some Mustangs here, just seeing if I can score anything, so just gonna walk through and check it out. I'll keep you guys posted on some of the stuff that we find and go through. All right, stay tuned. All right, so kind of bummed out. This was the third new edge I found. Like I said, I think I showed you guys, I picked up a couple of these, the fuse box covers, a couple fuses, and then what I was looking for, it looks like they left the rear end, but they dropped the tank, rear bumper's gone. I was looking for some of these trunk liners. Mine's one or two mine are cracked, but the three that are here, one's totally missing, and then the other two are cracked like this, so they're kind of no good. And what else I was looking for in here were the actual like push pins for up in here, so that doesn't have it. So unfortunately, this car is not going to work, but the deck lid's nice. It's a GT car, so looks like they stripped the interior as well on this thing. Probably had the black leather seats because it's got all the dark interior in here, but that's all gone. And then the other thing I was looking for, one of the cars was missing it, so somebody snagged it, but the cowl cover here, so the wiper cover, I'm sorry, but this one here is broken, so they're not going to work. But I did need one or two of these pins in here, so I'll take them with it. Other than that, I think that's it, because now I'm on the Mopar side. But I will show you guys a car up here, kind of something cool on it, new edge wise. Might or may not grab it, I'm still thinking about it, so we'll go up there and check that out after this. But I'll pull those bolts and we'll head up there. Alright, here's what I found on one of the walkthroughs. It's a 99 to 01 Cobra Rear. I was actually I took the tail light out. I was getting ready to start pulling this bumper off. I got the side stuff all undone here, and then as I was getting underneath it to look for the other tabs, I noticed it was broken here. So I'm probably just gonna skip on this. I don't really see the need to grab it if it's kind of damaged. Other than that, it looks like it's just it's kind of heavily soiled from being out in the weather, but this side looks good. No issues there. Everything lining up on the body was fine, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll pull it. Cobra bumper, right? It's got to be worth a little something. And then like all up here was not, this is all intact. So again, looking down here, everything looked good, and then I see this corner's chunked away, so I'm just not going to bother with it. To me, it's not worth it. So unfortunately, this thing's going to have to just stay behind. But again, I thought that was pretty cool, so it is what it is. Kind of the stuff you can find at a junkyard, just kind of walking through, and lucky to see it, but unfortunately she's no good in my opinion. But all right, we'll keep moving. All right, real quick, guys, I kind of stumbled across this Ranger, totally unrelated. What I'm here for, I have a guy at work looking for a hood for his truck. This thing here is cherry. There's no dents, no dings, no rust. I took off all the bolts already, so this thing here is pretty much ready to go. So I'm gonna snag this one for him. I mean, the whole, I don't even know why this truck is here. It's got no like real damage or anything on it. So hood's great, so I'm gonna snag that and bring that to work for him. But that was a cool little find too. Again, guys, sometimes a junkyard you can find what you need. All right, guys, what's going on? We are pretty much done here. An hour and a half, and got a couple things, not everything I needed. I kind of was hoping for some stuff, just to kind of get all done in one shot, but it is what it is. But I did get a couple things. Called Ryan, that silver Cobra. So these two are for me. I got these. I picked up an extra one just so I had it. And then this vent right here, he was looking for his car. Apparently these are going for like $60 for the one side used. So he asked me to pick one up. So I'm curious to see how much this thing's going for. I have no idea what these are, what they're wanting for these, but I'm assuming it's a couple bucks for everything here. And then I picked up a fuse. So we'll go get all that cashed out, and we'll kind of show you guys, I guess, the savings, and then we'll go from there. All right, real quick too. So I'm always looking at headlights, and the reason for them is the dark, the housing on the inside of these, the black ones, are what the Cobras came with. And I was looking at this one. It is cracked down here though, but this one is stamped Ford. This one is a aftermarket one. So I would have picked them up just to have them, but unfortunately this one here is it's just too far damaged. I noticed it was OEM because of the stripping up here. It's the OEM ones hold really nicely. The aftermarket ones typically not, but this one here is not terrible. I kind of was hoping that was going to work out, but anyways, that's, again, guys, some of the stuff you can find at these junkyards. For me, I just don't see the need to buy this. It's just too far gone for that. But we are done. We're gonna get out of here, and until next time, we'll hopefully come back and score some more stuff. Hey guys, just for a real quick prime example of what is at the junkyard. So this is a WRX, and actually me and my son were here a couple months ago when this car got dropped off. We were the first ones to touch it, and we took the AEM intake off of here. I'll show you guys, that's on his car. We took the hood and actually sold that, and then we snagged the seats out of this thing, and those are at the house right now. So we're working on getting them in his car. So I'll show you guys actually what's going on with his car too, and kind of the stuff we found here at this spot. And we got a couple pieces off of here, and everything we bought when we sold the hood, we got our money back. And we were gonna grab this wheel because it's a Momo, and I think that's factory on these. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure on the Subaru stuff, but it was just a little too damaged up here, so we left it alone. But you know, sometimes we just come through here and we don't have a Subaru, man, but that hood, when we sold it, paid for all of the parts that he bought for his car. And I'll kind of show you guys that. The end of this video will be his car and some of the stuff that we found for it. But again, I don't know, man, I like coming here, bringing the tools with me, and just checking all the stuff out. Sometimes you luck out like that. I'm not sure what's going on here, but this guy's low. He's kind of doing some maneuvers. I didn't think there's like an airport or anything around here. I mean, he's barely above the trees, so that's pretty cool. Again, this is out in the country. I have no idea what that is even, what's going on out here. That's kind of bizarre, but kind of cool to see too. Alright guys, we just got back home, and I just kind of want to give you a rundown of what everything costs. So, got these two covers here. I needed one, but there's two good ones there, so I picked them up. You never know, whatever. They were $5 each, so I got them for $10. Then the OEM, which is a Lytle, these are $6-7 each at like AutoZone or Advanced. I know because I went through a couple of them, or one of them. So I got that for $1, and you can see right here the fuse for $1. And then this vent cover, Ryan was looking for one, and he wanted a spare because he's got one on a gauge now, but he was looking at these to buy one, and they were $50-60 each for a clean one. I found, dude, they charged me $1. So incredible savings on that. And then I picked up that hood. I'll show you guys the hood. I got a really clean Ford Ranger hood for a guy at work because his is super just like rusty, and he was looking at getting one. I said, hey man, I'm always up at the yard, so when I go I will look, and if I see one I'll grab it. So I called him, told him it was there, and I grabbed that hood for him. So other than just being dirty, this thing is, the paint on it's perfect. I kind of wish it was the color of his truck, but there's not much really wrong with this thing. Even the underside is clean. It's got one little tear on the underside cover there, but other than that, that's it. There's no rust. This thing is, the corners are good. There's no paint chipping or missing. His is blue, so he'll have to rock that hood for a little bit, but his is just completely rusted out. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, he's going to get a nice hood on there, and then he can get it painted. So again, 95 bucks for that, or I'm sorry, $100 for that after tax and everything. But guys, I don't know, I kind of enjoy going there to these easy pulls. Again, I was going there because I pulled this off, the wiper cowl. I'm really wanting to get this done like ASAP. I didn't find any good ones there. There was one car that was missing it, and I'm thinking somebody snagged it. So if I don't just buy a new one, again, I kind of just like to source from the those easy pulls, because there's everything there's so cheap. Again, as you can see, I got all this for $117. And then what I showed you guys before, these are the seats out of that Subaru. So we snagged them because my son was looking for more of like a, you know, kind of like a more of a sporty seat for his Saturn. So we're kind of trying to make that fit for his car. And then we pulled that. Let me see if I can find it. I think I have it in here somewhere. I got a bunch of parts for his car. It's right here. So we pulled this. This is the rest of it. But we pulled this AEM intake off of that Subaru as well, with the hood that you guys saw was missing off of that. We got the hood, the intake, these seats, and a what do you call it? Like a strut tower bar off that car, and we sold the hood and that strut tower bar for $260. And when we left there for the seats, that intake, which is the other part of it's on his car, I'll show you guys that later, and that strut tower bar with the hood and everything, I think we ended up paying $240. So when we sold that hood, he made 20 bucks right off the rip and got all this other stuff for free. So even if we don't use those seats, he can at least keep them or get rid of them, and, you know, still make some money. So I'm kind of just showing him how, you know, there's ways of making some money, especially when you're working on the cars, to not always have to come out of pocket so much. Again, right up front, cost him a little bit, but I went there with him and I was like, hey, we're pulling this hood, we're pulling this, this, and this, and he wanted the seat. So I said, cool, let's just grab it all. And within a week, that hood sold, so he got all his money back plus 20 bucks, and then he still has those parts over there remaining. And again, I want to show you guys what we did to his car. His car was probably the coolest find that I've had there, and when the car gets here, I'll show you guys why. Because his car was a little goofy looking when we brought it home, and it just we found some really cool parts for that car at that junkyard, and I'll show you guys just exactly what I mean. It was just a really cool score, totally transformed his car, and I kind of like, I'm still in disbelief that we found everything there. But I'll show you guys that when he gets home from school in about an hour or so, hour and a half, and then we'll finish this video up. But stay tuned, guys, and we're gonna keep heading out there. So we'll keep grabbing some stuff. I really wish that Cobra bumper was in better shape, but again, the corner was missing. Probably could have got it fixed if that corner was there, but since it wasn't, you know, it is what it is. So, but again, I can't, you know, again, when he gets home, we'll show you that car, because it just, totally dynamically change that thing from start to finish. But all right, stay tuned. All right, so I just want to add this into the end of the video. This was my son's car that I was telling you guys about. And when we got it, this is a Saturn Vue base model. So the side skirts down here were that coming up to like the wheel well here was the kind of like that unpainted, unfinished gray. Had some FR 500s on it. Believe it or not, they fit. They were just huge. They stuck out like this far of the car. So it looked like a roller skate going down the road. My brother had this car as like a little beater that he drive around in. And he just had the wheels and tires laying around the house. We threw them on there and they fit. So, but that lucked out. And I'll tell you why we kind of lucked out with that. But I got the car off of him for my son. Again, this is his first car. And just like any kid, he was strolling through the internet, and they make this Saturn and the Ion in their sporty model, which is the red line. So this one would have came with that Honda V6 and all-wheel drive, and then that Ion red line came with a supercharged, like that Cobalt motor. But just him going through, he found a couple of these bumpers used on eBay, and they were $800 to anywhere between $600 to $800, depending on the condition. But at that Easy Pull, we found the bumper, the red line wheels and tires. Now they were terrible looking. We got them, so we sanded them down, refinished them ourselves. We put some 2-3 inch drop on it, so it's got some lowering springs. So the red line front bumper, wheels and tires, side skirts. We've got the rear bumper, and then we threw like an exhaust on there for him, just something to kind of make some noise. You know, he's 16, he wants to, get a little noise out of it. But and then again, it's complete on this side skirt. So this whole kit we got out the door from that Easy Pull you guys saw me at for $450, and it came with decent tires. Like, he's been riding on the tires that came from there. When I refinished those, all I did was just tape them off, use the playing cards, and then I sanded them down, got all the scratches out, and then kind of try to give it that factory finish. And then again, we lowered it, but the wheels and tires, those FR 500s that were on here, ended up selling them for $500. So basically all this stuff was free. We had a little money at the end in the paint, which was maybe $80. So again, those Easy Pulls, you can find some decent stuff at. And I wasn't there looking for it. I was actually looking for some Mustang parts. And I always go through the section, the Saturn, the GM side, and this thing was sitting on, there's a silver one there sitting on those like railroad ties. So I just said, screw it. I spent the next 3 hours there stripping the car. And I got everything, the wheels, tires, the front, the rear, and the side skirts. And he had no idea. He came home from school and he was like, holy crap. Because again, he was trying to find, like, piece it, one panel at a time. And eBay, just this bumper alone, and then that grill is kind of hard to come by. So it was complete for, again, everything for $450. So if you have one of those, Easy Pulls or you pull it type junkyards, no matter what the car is, it's just a flat rate. Like that hood was $95 or $100 that I got. The bumpers were $80. The wheels and tires were like, I don't know, they charged me like $150. The rear, again, it came out to like that $450. So he really lucked out, and it is a good looking car now. It's a nice little Saturn, runs good, drives good. We got this piece sitting in the garage, so we picked one of these. We'll take it, sand it down, and get that thing, just a little bit. It's his first car, so we're not trying to go too crazy, but he's enjoying it. And I just, again, wanted to show you guys what you can sometimes stumble across at these places. But as always, guys, it's SVT Garage. I appreciate everything, and the channel's doing good. So all you guys, thank you, and we'll get this one posted, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, guys, again, thanks, SVT Garage.